Hello, this is Christine Olson, and I'm your tech support for Arts Day 2022. This is a video about sessions at Arts Day. And we all know that's pretty much the reason why we all come to Arts Day, is to see the wonderful sessions that we have planned. So I am here in the Arts Day 2022 portal, and I'm logged in as Ann Smith, which is our dummy account that we are using to test the system. So if you see Ann in the system, know that she's a dummy account and she's not a real person. But what you'll see when you go into the sessions here is this lovely list of sessions on the left of the screen. And you can search. There's a search box right up here. You can also filter, and you can see here, you can filter by the date. I've got some test sessions in here, but the real dates are going to be 20th, 23rd, and 24th. So you can filter by the date. You can filter by the speakers. You can make a personal schedule if you'd like. And you do that by every session will have a little plus sign right here. And you will just hit that plus sign, and that will create your personal schedule if you want to do that ahead of time. Go in the sessions that you really want to see and have a personal schedule. So when you look at the session I have open here, it's Arts Advocacy 101. That's the very first session of the very first day. And that's Nate's classic session that he always does. And you'll see here something new this year is that we have continuing education credits for all sessions. And there's a little blue box here that will tell you how many credits you get if you're an educator and you want to have continuing education credits. We also have this lovely video here, which is currently thanking our sponsors. And this video will go until the session opens at the time that it's scheduled to start. Down below that, you have a little add to calendar button, and that's kind of an alternative to having your personal schedule. You can add that to your Google Calendar or your Office Calendar or Apple. So that's another way to make sure that you don't miss a session that you want to see. Down here, as you go further down, you'll see a list of the speakers. At this point, it's just Nate that's in this session. That's just his session. So if you click Learn More, you'll see his little bio that he put in there. And then underneath is a description of the session that the description of the session and what it's going to be about. So if you are attending a live session, I've got a test session operating right now that says live. You'll see that the session that's currently live will be blinking. So we're going to go over to that session and take a look at what that looks like. And this meeting is already started, but you need to join the audio. And that's something that you're used to when you're joining webinars. This is actually a Zoom webinar that is being broadcast into our system. This system has a really nice Zoom interface. It's pretty much like attending a real Zoom session, except that it's within our platform. If you want to have more room to look at the session, you just press this little button up here that says hide all, and that will hide the main list. And you have much more space here. You could also make it a full screen if you want to. There's a little button up right here. If you hover over it that says full screen, and you can click that and make it full screen. And then if you want to escape that, you just press escape on your keyboard. And there we go. Now, as you can see, they've got a lot of the same and that's something else we can talk about. If you want to have CEU credits for this webinar, for this session, a check-in box will pop up. That will happen in the sessions that are for Arts Day at the end of the session, but it's popping up right now because I set it to for the video. But if you want to, you just say yes, and you hit submit. We have another video about continuing education credits on our portal help page on the website. So if you want more information about that, but if you're not interested in this continuing education credits, you can just click X, and that's going to just minimize that up to the top. So we're looking at this session right now, and as you can see, the toolbar on the bottom of the Zoom interface has pretty much the same items that you will see on a regular Zoom webinar that you might be attending. We're probably going to disable the chat for most of the sessions. So you're probably not going to need that, but you will need the question and answer section right here. And what you can do is you type your question right here. It's just like any Zoom webinar that you might attend. and the speakers will be able to see those questions and answer them. Now, you'll notice in a session window here that there's chat right here on the right side of your screen, and you can put a little message in here and send it, and it will show up on the session. I'll type one in here. Just type a quick hello. And then it says hello, and you can see, and you can send, people can do reactions and things like that. Now, the important thing to remember is this is not for questions. This is for chatting with the other people that are attending with you in the session. And you can see that here. You'll see there's a list at the top of the session that you can click on, and you can see all the people that are in the session with you at the time. And here's the chat, and you can see all the chat. This is not for questions. The people who are in the session, who are the presenters, are not going to be able to see these chats. It's just for the people in the session who are viewing the session. It's kind of like if you were sitting next to somebody at a live conference and you turned next to them and made a little comment about the speaker, or you said hello to someone who is in the session with you, but that you're not really interacting with the speakers, you're just interacting with the people that are next to you. And that's what that is for. So don't confuse that with the question and answer here that is in the Zoom interface. Now, underneath there is a very important little button, light gray button that says experiencing issues. Click here for an additional live stream options. And what this is a direct link to the Zoom webinar. So what you do is, if you have internet issues and the webinar is not coming through FeedLoop properly, you can click here and it will give you the direct access link, and it will give you the password and the phone password if you want to attend the Zoom session directly. And that's a very good option for people who are perhaps in rural areas where the internet connection isn't so good, or if your internet service is just having a bad day, and we know that happens to everyone. So that's a really good option for you to do that. So I hope that you all enjoy the sessions that are here at Arts Day this year. We've worked hard to make sure we have a lot of great content, and we hope that you enjoy the sessions and that we see you at Arts Day.